received death threats. I've been raped. A gunman was following me in my car when I was with my sister too. My sister took the phone and started hitting the guy, and then we sent the images immediately.
Longtime Mexican journalist Lydia Cacho knows her country is under siege from drug gangs and organized crime groups. She's aware Mexico is one of the most dangerous countries in the world for journalists. And it's only getting worse. Just recently, several well-known reporters have been kidnapped. 60 of them have been killed since 2000.
Every day I wake up and I choose not to be afraid. And I do yoga and I smile and I said, I do believe that the traffickers and the mobsters and the oligarchy in Mexico and the corrupted officials in my country feed off our fear. So I choose not to give them that. The things that are happening in the States and in Mexico and in Iraq and in Zimbabwe or in Africa are exactly things that we are covering because we want people to understand that things have to change.
Lydia's work? Recently, sex traffickers that target children and women. She's traveled the world for 5 years to investigate this powerful network. Her tools: she uses a hidden camera. Here she holds up these photos she took with it in Japan of underage kids sold to slavery. She shows us her cell phone, that's her right arm, for blogs and texts, and she fills us in on her various disguises during her investigations.
So I dressed up as a nun. I also dressed up as a prostitute to work in many bars in different places. I would bring with me a GPS device in my body. So if anything happened to me or I disappear, as you know, that has happened to many of my colleagues in Mexico, then they would find my body.
They came to search my flat, and to seize all sources of information: computer, flash cards, DVDs, CDs, and so on. They decided to search even the small bed of my sleeping son.
So how did female journalist and mom Irina Khalid feel? She's been beaten and arrested, but this?
I felt ready to kill. All these 2 weeks I hugged and kissed him every minute because I was not sure that I will survive the death threats.
Investigating top Belarus officials allegedly selling weapons to Sudan, Syria, and Uganda. That's some of Irina's work. She holds up what to her is gold, secret documents she got her hands on. Some of it reveals what officials inside her country's dictatorship were planning to do to stop any opposition.
I was so afraid even to go out from my apartment. My heart beating, I think, was more loud than my voice now. It was absolutely terrible feeling. I even cannot describe it.
So far from 2003, 248 journalists have been killed in Iraq. I am an Iraqi woman. This is what I am. I have a family. My children are in school. Just ordinary, regular people, just like anyone else. Last year, my daughter was threatened with kidnapping.
This was just one of many threats Sahar and her family have faced since she became an intrepid journalist in Baghdad. Even on Skype, you can't see Sahar's warm smile. She tells us her identity must be hidden at all times.
I have heard a man tell me, looking me in the eye and tell me, if you were a man, you would never see tomorrow's sun dawning. The first thing that came into my mind was, oh my God, my children, they lost their father, they lost their older brother, there's no one with me. If they're following me, they will know my home, they can reach my children, anything can happen. That is the fear, more than anything else.
Chanting and dancing outside.
For Sandra Naira, what shook her up for nights on end, it was the militant shouting loudly in the middle of the night about her being a traitor while surrounding her family's Zimbabwe home.
Just to know that people who have been accused of killing white commercial farmers, people who have been accused of killing opposition supporters, singing and chanting outside my parents' house. It was scary.
Freedom hates weaklings. Freedom comes only to them who are ready to fight. The modern world is very small. The new technologies, the internet connections, makes all of us closer and closer.
Sandra is also proud of her headline stories in Zimbabwe's daily news, now shut down by authorities. The article shook the powerful dictatorship government. Currently banned from her native land, but still reporting, Sandra is focused on Zimbabwe's violence.
Threats continue to come to journalists, to families. The threats were numerous, too many to count.
She holds up these photos emailed to her of young and old being beaten on her city streets during the election of 2008.
I know that I am making an impact for the better. I am making an impact to change my country, to democratize my country, to help the ordinary person make informed choices.
This text and others from fellow countrymen are helping her uncover what's allegedly going on right now in her country's diamond fields.
We try to make our risks, calculate risks as much as possible. I can never let down my guard. I have always to be there, ready.
I don't know how long I will stay alive. I hope I grow up to be an old woman and a happy one. But if I don't, then I do know that every time a Mexican or a Iraqi or any other journalist from around the world receives this award and is sitting there having dinner with you in New York or in Los Angeles, our country sends somebody, our government sends somebody there to check on us, to know how many people care about our lives, to know how many important people can do something to make a difference between us being important to others or just being somebody who can be murdered without anybody caring. And that's what these awards do. They help us stay alive, even for a week, even for a month, or for one more year, but they do.
With the support of organizations like the Iwmf, we have been empowered as journalists, as women, to help our fellow women make decisions, to help our fellow women by empowering them, by informing them.